I'm going to share with you today why I know deep down in my heart that this is the best diet for humans. What is this diet I'm talking about? It's the carnivore diet. All right. So, first of all, we have to look at the definition of a hyper carnivore because humans are hyper carnivores. Okay. An animal whose diet is more than 70% of meat, with the rest coming from non animal sources like fungi and fruits, vegetables, that kind of stuff, right? Examples are lions, tigers, most sharks, eagles, domesticated cats. Uh, they don't specifically say humans here, but I'm going to tell you why humans are a part of this. Okay. So here we go. First piece of this that you need to understand is that these animals that are hypercarnivore, part of being hypercarnivore is that they do not easily digest plant materials and they don't absorb properly. They don't easily absorb, I should say, the nutrients, vitamins from plants. Okay. Hey, I'm going to get you right back to this video in just a few seconds here, but really quickly, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you for watching my videos, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to know how you can help me out. And this has nothing to do at all with money. So that's the first thing I want to put out there. Like, I don't have memberships. A couple of years ago, I looked into that a little bit, but then I got rid of it and didn't do anything like that. So I don't have any memberships or anything like that. And I don't ask you for money or anything. Yeah, I get some ad revenue when you click my videos and you watch an ad. Very little, but I get a little bit. I get a few cents there. But anyway, what are ways that you can help me? You can like this video. You can share it with your friends, your family, share it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, wherever, Twitter, X, whatever it's called. You can share it and let other people see the video and see some of my content. If you got somebody that you think would really enjoy this video, then send it over to them and just share, because that's going to help to get the carnivore word out. And it's going to allow me to talk to more people about the carnivore diet and my own experiences, my experiences with like AFib and all those other different things that I've healed and so forth. So that's how you can really help me. And now let's go back to the video. So it makes up very little of their diet because of that. The reasons why an animal may not be 100%, why it may be more like 70, 75%, is because they're out there in the wild and they are surviving and they come to a plant and they are really hungry. They really need to eat. They're going to eat it. They will still get some nutrients from it. They're not going to get near what people talk about with saying that you can get from plants, but that's how it works for an animal. As humans, which we are a type of animal, but as humans, we have the luxury of having access to animal-based products to eat pretty much all the time, unless for some reason you can't get to the store or something like that, right? Or to your local farm if you're getting meat from the farm or wherever. So we're not usually in that same situation, but there might be situations where we're in more starvation mode and we're really hungry, then we are going to go and eat those plants. Okay. We've evolved over time to eating a lot of plants, and let's explain why that helps to prove my point that we are hypercarnivores. Okay. Again, remember, part of the definition within hypercarnivores are that those animals do not properly digest plant food. They do not properly absorb the nutrients. Humans, we look back 75, 100 years ago, we ate a lot more meat, higher meat consumption per person. There's no debating that. That is true, right? There was less sickness, less issues with people having immune issues, getting sick more often, diseases, different health issues, so forth, right? And there was no supplement market out there because there was no reason for it. People were getting all of the vitamins, nutrition that they really needed. Over time, we added more carbohydrates, plant carbohydrates, we should say, some more plant food into our diets and less meat. We have gotten to the point now that the supplement industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It didn't exist 75 to 100 years ago, really. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry now. Why? Because of the sickness, because of people that don't have the immune system that we once had, the diseases, people not absorbing enough vitamins and nutrients and minerals here, basically, from their food. Let's look at vegans. Have you ever paid attention to a video from a vegan? Maybe not, but if you look at a video or post from them, they eat a lot, or take in, I should say, a lot of supplements. Why do you think that is? Because no matter what others are trying to tell you, the absorption of those vitamins, those minerals, those nutrients in the plant food is not very good in humans. We don't absorb it very well. You can say, you know what, this particular vegetable has just as much whatever vitamin in it that meat does, or has just as much nutrients. But because we don't absorb it, it hurts our body, right? We're not getting the nutrients that we need. We don't absorb it as well. We also have digestion problems. How many people have come to a carnivore diet or a more meat-based diet and said that when they were vegan, they had horrible digestion issues? They had IBS, they had Crohn's, whatever it was. People that just on a regular standard American diet having all those kinds of gut issues, IBS and so forth. And you know what fixes it? Going to a carnivore diet, the meat-based diet. Again, that's because the food that we are eating, the meat, is very digestible by our bodies. We are humans and we are designed for that. We are not like cows that eat grass and so forth. And I forget, I think they have 3 stomachs or 4 stomachs. I can't remember exactly because I'm not an expert on that, but they have multiple stomachs. We have 1 stomach, right? We don't have that ability to digest it the same way that a cow does. And other animals that are hypercarnivores are the same way. They don't have the ability to digest that vegetable like an animal that is designed to eat that type of food. So you don't even have to be very scientific or technical with this. You just have to use common sense and look at things. And it's right there in front of you, the digestion and the absorption of vitamins, minerals is not as good. It's not very good with plant food, and with meat, beef, pork, chicken, whatever. We are getting that absorption in very well. How many people do you know that have been more longer term on carnivore? So we're going to say at least 3 to 5 years that take a bunch of supplements. Can you name any? I mean, if there is, I'm going to tell you right now, it's because they're actually promoting the supplement to try and make money, and they're trying to sell those supplements. Otherwise, there is no dietary nutrition supplement that is needed by a carnivore long term. When you're first getting into carnivore, yes, you might need some electrolytes. You might need some supplementation of some other stuff. There may be a short-term reason that you might need to supplement a little bit of something if you have some sort of sickness or injury. So you might do it for like a week or something to help out with that. But in general, if you've been on carnivore for a while, there's no reason to take any supplements. It's back like it was 75 to 100 years ago. And that's because you're getting all of the digestion. First of all, you're digesting all that food properly. You're not having gut issues, and you're getting all of those nutrients. Where the plant food, the vegetables, the fruits, you're not getting a lot of those nutrients because your body just doesn't absorb them. That's how our bodies are designed. So that's what I got to say here today. I want to hear in the comments what you think about it. If you don't agree, then prove me wrong in the comments.